Anthropic just launched Claude Sonnet 3.5. Can it transcribe data from a complex chart and redraw it and let me present it? Oh, that's a big ask. Let's find out. Let's take a look at this chart from YouGov. It shows how many Britons have made their mind up for how they're going to vote in the election. Each line represents a category in this really verbose legend. So, for example, I've definitely made up my mind on how I'll vote and won't change. So that's this lot. But in order to read this chart, you've got to read a really long legend, find it on the line, then read the legend again so you can compare it to another line. So it's a very difficult chart. I think the best way to do this is to create one line chart for each of these categories and put a title above them. So what we're going to have to do first is see if Claude can transcribe the data from this chart. Can you transcribe the data from this chart? And we've pasted it. So what's it going to do? This is a challenge because there's 4 axis points on the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5. Labels only on the end. So it's transcribed the most recent data. All right, well that's good. Let's ask it, can you transcribe all the data points? I want you to infer all the dates because not every date of data is marked on the x-axis. I find that LLMs tend, when you transcribe data, tend to just look at the tick marks on the x-axis. So now I'm saying, okay, let's go here. That's great. Okay, but now, okay, give me that table and draw your own version of the chart. Okay, this is going to force it to use the new components feature. Let's have a look and see what happens. So this is the new stuff in Claude Sonnet. We get these interactive components, and it's doing something. We'll see if it's any good. So there's the table, and there's the chart, right? Okay, so this is interactive, so I can see some accuracy. I don't know if it's really encaptured all the data. It hasn't caught all the data points, so I'm going to give it one more go to infer more of the data points. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dates. Let's see. I think there should be 10 dates. That's how I use infer all of them. So I'm going to based on that. Now, here again, I feel like I'm asking a really challenging question of an LLM. This would be a tedious thing to do. I don't feel like I'm trying to catch it out because if these things are intelligent and really trustable co-pilots, then they have to do this job for us. So, looks like it's done it. Let's do another comparison again. So this top one is definitely decided. So it's not done the job correctly, has it? You can see this top green line corresponds to this red line. You know what? Let's see if we can get it to use the same color palette in the original. Can you draw to use the same color palette as the original? Sure. And here we go. What I'm doing here, by the way, is the same exercise I did with ChatGPT on a more in common chart. Right, okay, looks like it's done the colors correctly. So it hasn't really got the numbers right, has it? Look, you can see here already voted by post is only just above what's that? Probably decided, whereas here it's getting the data wrong. So it's making mistakes. So it seems really powerful, but it's still making mistakes when you're asking it to infer data. I'll give it one more try. Right. Okay. I'm giving it help. I apologise. You're absolutely right. Thank you for pointing. It's very polite, Claude. I noticed this. I kind of find that's a little grating eventually. Maybe, I mean, I know in ChatGPT you can change the things. Okay, here we go. Oh, does that look right? It's not used the right colour. So the yellow one is probably decided. So that's gone down 15 against 16. And these should be 9. So in fact, 47, 16, 9, 5, 5, 15. So the end dates are actually correct. And I'm going to give that a pass for a good enough approximation of the data. Well, I'm not going to give it a pass, but that is actually in the ballpark. So that's impressive. Would I trust this to do my data analysis? I don't know. Okay, so I think this is too complicated because it's just too hard to correlate the line to the legend to the line, and you're going backwards and forwards. Okay, redraw this so each line chart is a separate one alongside is a separate one with the title being the category being shown. Ugh. What I'm trying to get here is either a trellis chart or a side-by-side column chart. Because I think that way, when you've got a title and a line chart, title and line chart, title and line chart, it's actually a lot easier to see the insights. Right, it's done it. I didn't really want them one on top of each other. Okay, I've already voted by post. You can see it's gone up. I've definitely made up my mind. I've probably not decided. So this is it. I don't like... can you make it a grid instead of that long list? That's a bit vague. So charts in a grid format instead of a vertical list, it will allow for it. Let's see. I mean, ideally, I'd like one side by side. So I'll see if I can force it to do that, because that would be what I'm trying to get to. Right. Okay. Well, this is good, right? I think that is kind of cool. Okay. Is it possible to make the grid a single row? Now, I have a feeling now it's going to get kind of tight. But it might work. Now, this is iteration, because at this point, this is what I've got in my head. And will it be good enough? Oh, well, you see. There you go. It's what I really like here is it's used when it created. Let's go back. So when it created this one, it used the full category name. When it used this one and the one with this one also the full category name. But this one on a single row, it's used the summary name, which is very intelligent. Okay, so that is kind of it, isn't it? Can you make each line chart narrower? So I've asked it to make it narrower just to try and maybe make this fit onto a PowerPoint. And again, I think the multi-row grid is probably the better one here, but this is me just teasing out views and teasing out. Right, so there you see that's good, right? It's actually made the lines thicker. Already voted by post, probably decided, possible change, don't know. Huh. Let's go back to the multi-column grid example. Keep the thicker lines. I like those. And then I'm going to put that into PowerPoint. What I've not really been doing is, so it's reading the prompt actually. So what does it say? So it's telling me, I wonder, right, height of 200 pixels. The chart, the full, it's telling me it's using the full category names. It's giving me labels. It's all the Y axes are consistent, which is great. And there is a tooltip component. That's brilliant. Right, so it also allows a comprehensive view. Yes, I think that's great. It won't let me do a screenshot. All right, you know what? Can I just you to all of this into that presentation? And I want to overview at the front. Then that slide for each category. We'll do this. Finished with set of insights. It is. I'm going to create JS, so JavaScript will take hand. You get libraries. We know these. Two messages, right? I'll put that. This presentation covers, I've voted by post. I've definitely changed my mind. I've probably decided. Don't know. Key insights. All right. Okay. So now I want it to stick the grid in slide 2. Now, I'm really impressed, it has to be said. Am I bothered that the data transcription wasn't correct? Yes, I am. I mean, in this test, I'm trying to just demonstrate the gist of the data. So, oh, that's an odd slide, isn't it? So, okay, so it's missed the title, and then the pink's not a good colour, it's low contrast. That's not a good colour. Don't know. Key insights. People have already voted by post. Number of probable voters. I mean, you know, you have to say this is really impressive, right? I can't create a PowerPoint file. I can't download this as a PDF. But what it's doing is incredibly powerful. It's incredibly fast and seems to be much more responsive to what I as an expert need to do. So first signs are Claude Sonnet is exceptionally good. What do you think? Have you tried it? Let me know.